I had a lot of time to think, and I thought about the pioneers crossing this vast expanse and how difficult it must have been. There's nobody there hardly to this day in very large areas, but there they were crossing this dry land full of difficulties and dangers, not least of which was the problem of getting food and water. So I reflected on the hardiness that was required to live in areas of that kind. On the other hand, my stories are set in prehistoric times. And in prehistoric times, problems of survival were really greater. People didn't live to be old very often. And their constant problems were food, water, and keeping warm in the winter. I don't know what people were called in those days, in prehistoric times. I do know that I couldn't call them John or Henry or Oliver. I had to call them something that didn't sound contemporary, it sounded old. So I came up with the name Zan. And when Zan does some certain wonderful things, he comes to be known by a name of honor, Zan-Gah, which I also dreamed of. Story of two brothers, twin brothers, and as I say, a story of survival. These brothers are not alike. Dale is a much milder and gentler person, and he's lost, and Zan goes looking for him. Goes through all this difficult and barren land, as I was talking about, faces all kinds of prehistoric adventures, and eventually he finds his brother. But his brother is no longer a sweet and gentle boy. He's changed, and he's become a violent and even criminal person, and that presents a whole new set of problems that Zan has to deal with. Well, in book two, the brothers, who are now just temperamentally in conflict, come into conflict with one another in a time when they're seeking out a new land which is more hospitable, a land that I call the beautiful country. They come into conflict, and they run into tribal conflict as well. So it's a book that deals a good deal with conflict and little resolution. Dale, a psychologically wounded and tormented person, goes to visit and to live with the painted people. These people paint their bodies red. And from them he learns a different way of life, a way of life that's more peaceful and gentle. It's a book of restoration, of healing. My books are for young adults and older, so that they're books really that kids can read with their parents, or I should say parents can read with their kids, something, by the way, that I recommend. Zan-Gah is a story of a boy coming to manhood. He develops courage and persistence, and as I say, honor. How many books do you know of take up themes of honor, even have the word honor in them? There are no vampires in them, there are no dinosaurs even. What else do kids like to find in their books frequently? These books deal with harsh reality. They're all about dealing with harsh reality. They're available all over the country, all over the world. The store might not have them, in which case they have to be ordered, or they can go online, Zan-Gah.net.